Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for March 20th. March 20th is the 79th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 80th in leap years, with 286 days remaining to the end of the year. March 20th is the International Day of Happiness. This was established by the United Nations General Assembly back in 2012 and is celebrated on March 20th of each year, with the rationale that pursuit of happiness is a fundamental human goal. Recommendations include making continuous progress in the small things that make your life better and to share happiness with friends and family. Take a few minutes each day to appreciate what you have to be thankful for. Even the smallest things count. Make it a daily habit. A good step in that direction is to practice a little gratitude every day. Make a gratitude list if you need to. I'll tell you, it was a happy day for me when I realized that I really am reasonably happy most of the time. Aim for reasonably happy most of the time. It's a pretty good space to inhabit. International Day of Happiness. Today's word is consecrated. Consecrated either appears as the past tense of the word consecrate or as an adjective indicating something that has been consecrated. I think the simplest way to talk about it is to go over the verb form first and go from there. As a verb, consecrate means making or declaring a person or thing sacred by ceremonies or rites, or to devote or dedicate from profound feeling. Example sentences describing something that is dedicated to a sacred or meaningful purpose might be, the bishop will consecrate the new altar at the cathedral during a solemn ceremony next week, or to consecrate the battlefield as a historic site, the monument was erected in honor of those who lost their lives. In these examples, both the altar and the battlefield have been and are now consecrated. Other examples might be when, say, Queen Elizabeth was crowned and consecrated queen, or newly consecrated bishops. The word consecrate as an adjective can also apply when something has been made or declared sacred, such as consecrated oil, a consecrated church, or a consecrated graveyard. As I think of this discussion, it occurs to me that consecration might not necessarily be restricted to such weighty matters. I thought of a story about a couple of charming old characters, long gone now, Homer and Boots. Brothers-in-law and great friends, Homer had seen a square jadeite cup and saucer at a local thrift store in their town. Not a fan of the look of jadeite, he joked with Boots about how ridiculous he thought the notion of a square coffee cup was, and ugly, too. The men laughed heartily at the very idea. Come Homer's birthday, and Boots gave him a birthday present of, you guessed it, that very square jadeite cup and saucer. Everyone laughed. Come Christmas, Boots received the cup and saucer from Homer. It became a running joke between the two men. 4 times a year that cup and saucer changed hands. Whoever was in possession of it at the time would gift it to the other at birthdays and Christmas. Homer passed first, and the family made sure that Boots inherited the cup and saucer. Some years later, Boots passed as well, and for as long as his wife lived, she would host a little get-together on Boots' birthday to honor his memory. Out would come the square jadeite cup and saucer, consecrated to the memory of these delightful old characters, now gone, but not forgotten as long as we're here to remember them. So how about that? We honor the International Day of Happiness with our discussion of these couple of old men and an item consecrated to their memory. The word consecrate comes to us through Old English, originally from Latin. First known use of the word consecrate is in the mid-1500s. Consecrated. Today's word consecrate was suggested by YouTube viewer at Jeannie Arnold 6726. Thanks, Jeannie. And if you have a word you'd like us to examine in this Word of the Day segment, drop it in the comments. Now, I got a little carried away with my storytelling, and it went on a bit, didn't it? So here's what let's do. Last year, we talked about the word malapropism, the plague, the Dutch East India Company, Einstein's General Theory of Relativity, Imelda Marcos, and a Beatles song. And I'll leave a link for you in case you'd like to learn more about some historical events related to March the 20th. Being the International Day of Happiness, let's talk about a happy song. And the happiest one I could think of is Don't Worry, Be Happy by Bobby McFerrin. Written and performed by Bobby McFerrin, Don't Worry, Be Happy was released in 1988 as a single from his fourth studio album, Simple Pleasures. Don't Worry, Be Happy was the first a cappella song to reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and did well on other charts and all over the world. It seems that people like things that increase their happiness. Don't Worry, Be Happy by Bobby McFerrin. Link in the description. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. This is the birthday.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I wasn't talking to you. Me and my mouth. John, are you kidding me? Okay, hold on. We got to make that be quiet. You got to read the black part. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for, where's your microphone? Okay, we don't want to say the same thing twice. Get your microphone. What is it with you and this microphone? Okay, here we go. We are still recording. That's great. Okay. How about that? We'll have a lot to edit today. Cacophony is a sound. Cacophony is a noun that you got to read it the right way. Let's start over. It's 8 o'clock, so all of the reminders are going to be dinging. I forgot to turn those off. Okay, stop it. It's 8 o'clock. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.